Good. So, welcome. We are- Let me welcome, first of all, Francesco and say thanks for the idea of getting part of this journey with us in this Learn to Share program. As we all know, just to make a very quick recap, this is the first time that we're trying to make a collective Learn to Share project. Learn to Share is an is a project that we actively use at John Cabot University every semester with the Institute for Entrepreneurship. We launched this very interesting idea of giving the chance to students to get in contact and get in touch with real companies, real cases, real challenges. And because Francesco is a so eclectic entrepreneur, famous for his restaurant activities, hospitality activities, but also for his presence in the TV, in the Italian TV and international TVs with two very interesting TV shows about the Italian culture, made in Italy culture in restaurants. We got the opportunity to try to launch a challenge, try to build a sustainable future for the hospitality industry. So considering the actual situation, the pandemic and COVID evolution, of course, we hope to be able to learn from this very chaotic moment. And big challenges give the chance to make also big opportunities for the future. And having a chat with Francesco, he got this brilliant idea of launching a challenge with us. And so we are here today to formalize the challenge and to try to participate to this project. So Francesco,
And I hope everybody accept the challenge. That's the
yes, of
right?
course. Yes, of course. They need to accept the challenge. We are still in a democratic university. Yeah, so they need to.
No, I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I'm very excited because we start 100 years ago, actually this year in January, with our operation. And you know, as a restaurant to work in the century, you always have a sort of like, you know, sometimes the business is good, sometimes it's not, but we never face something like this. So my grandfather and my great grandfather told me during the World War II and first, they told me, Francesco, it's gonna be, was a tough moment for us to afford. Right now, it's totally different, but still, it's a very big deal for the hospitality. So we don't know where the world is going to be. We don't know what's going on. And actually, to know from the younger innovator what they want in order to understand better the market are very, very, very important. So we have a restaurant in Roma, we have a restaurant in New York, we do other operation, and we're going to open another one in Cavallo, which is in a small island in Corsica. And it's very, very important, guys, not just for Antica Pesa, not just for you, but for the entire hospitality world. This is the first time that we do a challenge like this. And I'm happy. I was like talking with Riccardo before, then we are already on the topic online for this. And La Cucina Italiana, running by, I think, Condé Nast, is already write an amazing article, and with John Cabot, us, and all of you guys. It's very, very important for me to listen your perspective and what you expected for the future. So really, thank you so much. In a little bit, I'm going to say something more, but I leave the word to you, Riccardo. And I want to also say thanks to the Bickley agency to connect me with you. So thanks, Mr. Cavaliere and Eugene also too. I'll leave the word to you, Riccardo.
Okay, thanks, Francesco. But basically, as we know, we are introducing many different classes from the marketing field, because we say that probably there is a mix between strategy and strategic marketing design. at the beginning that we need to exploit for the project. So we will have classes that's going to explore the digital, online and offline side of the advertising. We will work on the brand value, the brand equities with the brand management class. We also include an advertising class, public relation, and so the stakeholder engagement side of the idea of sustainability. And finally, we have also the Made in Italy class. So because together we got the chance to say that probably the way of being Italians also in how we consider what is sustainability is fundamental. No? Well, we are very famous for the, of course, the Italian way of cooking, the Italian way of designing, of course, the international standards in the hospitality industry. The Mediterranean diet is also famous in terms of healthy ways to consider food and relationship with food. So I'm pretty sure that the Italian excellence can be the driver also for this new concept and new idea of sustainability. So basically the challenge that we are launching is a challenge that wants to exploit this new concept and this new idea of hospitality for the future, basing the assumptions that we need to find a way to include or embed, let me say, sustainability in operations, in consumptions, in the role that customers can have. We are facing with a lot of logistic challenges today. Delivery, food delivery is a big challenge, not only for sustainability, but also for social and ethical issues. You know? So the quality of food is impacted by, of course, delivery. Not all the restaurants were able to deal with delivery. There are many big aspects that we can consider into this challenge. And so the idea is to try to drive to exploit the students, let me say, as customers, from a customer perspective, from a younger generation perspective, to see what they expect in the future to find inside restaurants and to find inside the new restaurants. Yes, so this is a kind of information. So Francesco, back, I go back to you if you want to add something, if you want to.
Basically, I really would love to extend my thanks to John Cabot, to B. Clay, to let me allow, to give me the opportunity to meet and work with our next generation of young innovators. And to all of you, young innovators, I want to start by sending actually my apologies. Because as a generation, you have inherited the problems then of the world that my generation and those before me designed. Without realizing it, then my generation has created an environment that it's nearly impossible to sustain. When we have been faced with this issue in the past, many within my generation chose to ignore them. And now this burden falls onto you. For this burden, I don't want to say that I'm sorry. It's an heavy burden to bear. And we don't do enough to prevent this current reality that you guys are faced. Now, with the entire world experiencing the pandemic, we are not longer able to ignore or avoid the problems we have caused and face the reality. Then we have a redesign to world than we live in. I am very grateful to have this dilemma falling onto your generation. As you have been raised to be more environment conscious, socially aware, and hyper connected than those of my generation. And I know this burden will give to you the power to influence decision made impact on our daily lives. And this is very important, guys. Today, everyone is wondering what the world will be like after the pandemic, what is coming next. the world and our entire industry are changing. But this change brings a new opportunity to those who are ready, to willing to adapt. The pandemic's immense effect our society. It was actually accelerated and speed our pace of change in the way that my generation has never seen. And for this, I am hopeful, although we have yet to know what a new cornerstone for the industry and truly innovated for both today's consumer in the foreseeable future. It enables for us to consider what consumer will be in the future, because the motives that will drive someone to connect with a brand, with the brand and enjoy the experience will just adjust. We need to adjust everything. All our environment will be different. There is a growing emphasis on sustainability with the hospitality industry, from the product supplier to the products, from the consumer demand. Those structural change will last long after the pandemic is over, to adapt and make the future challenging than we face. We need to look an inspiration for innovators, young generation like yours. In my career, I am always constantly inspired by others, especially the youngest generation, as you look in the world with the fresh eyes, without boundaries. Your outlook and innovation will let you drive forward instead of focusing on using the same solution than we have previously only had us back. So guys, it's very, very important what we're doing today. I hope we accept altogether the challenging. And thank you so much. And I'm really sorry for what we give to you. Now it's your turn.
Thanks. Wow. it's a really inspirational message. Thanks, really. Let's go a little bit in the process of the challenge. Okay. So today we are launching this big, enormous challenge. And of course, then we need to understand how to exploit it in the different classes. Let's start from the end. At the end of the semester, we will have another plenary session all together with the best selected projects from the different classes that will be presented to you. And we already know that will be also a prize at the end of the journey. You will choose the best projects. And can you tell us, can you give us an insight of what is the prize that the students will receive? It's also this a very innovative way of saying thanks to the team that will win. Can you hear me, Francesco?
Ti ho perso, Riccardo, perdonami, ho perso la connection, scusami.
Don't worry, can you hear me now?
Adesso ti sento bene, perdonami.
Okay, I was saying, could you please tell us which is the prize that the groups that will win the challenge at the end of the project will, if you want a spoiler, let me say, there will be a prize at the end, okay? Is my opinion is so cool, it's so innovative, also the prize that I want to spoiler to the students a part of it.
Well, we are still understanding, because I want to try to give my best for everybody. And I'm very happy that everybody here, and I think at the end of the day, everybody are going to get something. All right?
No, come on. Someone needs to win officially.
But the most lucky will be got a tree in the Antica Pesa forest. Actually, we're building an Antica Pesa forest in order to be on action, because we are going to ask to you what's going on, but we need to do something. That's why we're going to building worldwide. These are like a forest, Antica Pesa forest, and you can choose where you can plant your tree under your name. And this is very, very cool, guys. And actually, you're gonna win also probably some dinner, some other stuff. Bickley also did something. So this is gonna be a win-win for everybody. But help to building the Antica Pesa forest worldwide. It's a very big goal to me. So we have a restaurant in New York City, and sometimes we ship ingredients, you know, so to be sustainable with that, it's very hard. That's why I want to build as many trees possible to building in order to be more sustainable. We so many offer that we are going to give to our clientele, our personnel, and for John Cabot, of course.
So great. The idea of the forest is a carbon footprint compensation. So with the clearing of the forest, you want to guarantee that there is a balance in the CO2 emission and in the CO2 recycling.
Correct. Totally correct.
And correct. So the winners will have their name printed and stamped on one of those trees in the forest. Super, super cool. It's an innovative way to be involved.
Yeah.
Now, so Francesco, thanks for this very inspirational introduction. I would like to give the chance to Silvia Pulino, the director of the Institute for Entrepreneurship, is also connected with us, just to say something regarding the learn to share, and of course the previous experience. Okay, why those experiences are important for students and for entrepreneurs. We got the chance to give a lot of very interesting, cool ideas to the entrepreneurs before. So Silvia can tell us a little bit about this project overall. There's also interesting that are following us to understand how to be engaged into the process during the semester.
Okay, thank you, Riccardo, for the introduction. And thank you very much, Francesco, for being here today with us and for offering us this opportunity. I would like to start by saying this. When I teach entrepreneurship, we have a section that is dedicated to the elevator pitch. I think most people here know what an elevator pitch is. And one of the key things here is that an effective elevator pitch, or rather, normally elevator pitches start with who the company is, what they do, why they do it. But really effective elevator pitches start with their why. And when you start with the why, you truly engage people at a deeper level. You engage their hearts before even you engage their minds. And I think that this is what Francesco is doing with his restaurant and with his future expansion programs. And I really like that. First of all, he mentioned that the Antica Pesa is 100 years old this year. And obviously he didn't found the restaurant. It was 100 years ago, he wasn't around. And so this speaks of a family tradition, of something that was started by his father, run now by the brothers. And that's a very important component of what Antica Pesa stands for. At the same time, Francesco also believes in innovation, and what he's doing, what he has been doing in the past and what he's doing now, it's really about reconciling or uniting tradition and innovation. And that appears to me to be his why. Enhanced by this idea that he explained very well of his sense of responsibility and having to give back, so that he doesn't hand over a world that's completely ruined. Which, it's a very appealing concept, especially when you know that it comes from a place of authenticity and that his vision and his mission is completely aligned with these concepts. Once you set that out, the rest is so easy. It's so easy to buy into the value proposition and to believe in the project for the future. And the reason why I like this particularly, apart from sort of intrinsically the value it has, is because it aligns very well with what we're trying to do at John Cabot. And the Institute is about lots of different things and activities. But ultimately, what we want to do through the Institute is to develop in our students a more entrepreneurially minded outlook on life, because we truly believe that these are the kind of skills that are going to help them deal with uncertainty, with the crises that are likely to come your way. And in order to do this, then that's the how, we bring together different skills, but always from people who are aligned with what we do. So Learn to Share is something that we have as a project that has been going on for a few years now, where we work, we as John Cabot bring into the classroom a client, a company, an organization that's part of our network. The company issues a challenge, just like Francesco is doing today, and then the students work on that project. And this is a win-win situation for everybody. We believe that we are providing the client a service that obviously for free, that in the past we've seen a lot of good ideas emerge from our classrooms, in part because we have wonderful professors, of course, but in part because we have a very diverse student base, people who come from different backgrounds, different ages, different countries, and this diversity really is very fundamental to being creative and generating different ideas. At the same time, it's a great learning experience for students, because they get the chance to really put into practice what they've learned as a theory, what they've read in the textbooks, in the articles, etc. So the work that the professor does in the classroom is enhanced tenfold by providing students with this opportunity to rise to the challenge and to really do it for real. So I think with this, I've taken up enough of your time, but I wanted to give this kind of framework and background to the project, to the challenge. As Riccardo said earlier, this is taking our Learn to Share to the next level, where multiple classes are combining, or courses are combining, to provide different perspectives on the same issue, on the same challenge. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to come out of this collective effort of like-minded people who are aligned in the values and who want to achieve a good result at the end.
Thanks, Silvia. Let me just add a couple of things to the entire process of this Learn to Share, because I was taking notes here and I got a couple of ideas. So basically, what we are going to expect from classes, okay? Students need to work in terms of creativity on real activities, real things that Francesco, his restaurants, or the hospitality industry as a whole can take in consideration in the future of hospitality. Okay, so guys, you need to work on understanding also which can be a different way of engaging customers, different way of getting contact with local and international suppliers. The role of importing, exporting of goods, as Francesco would say before, is fundamental. The way we can engage communities online, offline, the way we can provide a more effective way of designing. I said always delivery, this is part of the story, but also other kind of ways to work together, to co-design food and so on. There are many different challenges that can be exploited. Creativity is fundamental. And now I don't want to make a copyright infringement, but Francesco and Silvia, I think that this Learn to Share is a project in which we can take inspiration for a very famous statement that was given by Steve Jobs, because I think that we can say that stay hungry, stay foolish is the best way to interpret this idea, considering restaurants and hospitality for the hungry side of the statement and the foolish side for the innovative ideas. So I think that is a good way to involve students. So after the introduction, sorry, I forgot to say that together with the classes, we have also included the grassroots club, the students club that is in charge of all the teams regarding sustainability. Grassroots has also a vertical chapter based on food, and so we hope that this club and community of students can support the classes in also trying to test the different ideas that can arise from the different classes. Now, after this introduction, I think you have enough information to open a very quick Q&A discussion if there are some students or the professors that are linked to the webinar today, if they want to add something, if they want to let me say, ignite ideas in students, or if there are some questions from students that want to be part of this discussion. Let's see. I'm managing the chat, or if someone wants to talk, probably you can just open the webcam and talk with us. See, probably I don't know if I see Antonella, Nicolas. This is Antonella, Salvatore, Professor Salvatore, and then we have Nick.
Yes, here I am.
Yes.
First of all, I want to thank Francesco Panella and thank you all for joining us today. I apologize, my webcam, I have very bad connection where I am, so that's the reason why I'm not putting my webcam on. My class, my students, the Made in Italy students will be doing a project. They will receive guidelines on this. I would like them to brainstorm and start thinking about the challenges and the threats, particularly now with the pandemic, that Made in Italy is facing, and how sustainability can be a solution. I've been thinking about what Francesco said last week when we had our meeting, and he said made in Italy and made with Italy. So I would like students to think about this. It's made in Italy and made with Italy. So how this solution, I mean, this new, if there is for sure there is there will be a different future for Italian companies, Italian products, and how Italian brands. So I would like my students, this is basically I'm persuading students to brainstorm about this. I can see that they are connected. So to think about, how Made in Italy can be, sustainable Made in Italy can become, a solution for some of the challenges, particularly, the pandemic challenge. Okay, no, sorry, I was reading the chat. I mean, I had a message, so that's why. Professor Salvatore, okay, that's fine, sorry. I was just reading the chat. Which data will be able to leverage for our study? Okay, that's also another question. Is it possible to have, I don't know, data or any kind of stats presentation, if there is any, from Francesco, from his team?
Of course, if you guys want, we can do a small presentation. We can afford class after class and understand the best way, to found like the way to achieve the goal. No problem at all.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to say that we are preparing a calendar of vertical sections with the class. We will go live, we will see on the same channel or another digital channel in order to work a little bit on the single experiences, and we will provide the calendar in the next days in order to be ready to open the debate in all the classes. There is another question from Nicolas. There's a question from Nicolas. Nicolas, if you want to intervene, open the mic.
Hello, yes, thank you. No, I just had a question. I really appreciate what you're doing, Francesco, and I really appreciate that you're reaching out to all of us. I think it's really
Thank you
great.
so much, Nicolas. Thank you for staying with us, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Well, hopefully I can contribute a little bit, but the sustainability is really important, and it's COVID has been a really big shift, and but the agriculture industry around the world has really shifted a lot too this past year and the years leading up. And of course, that's very closely tied to your restaurant. And I wanted to ask how that's impacted you, and any decisions that you've had to make in response to any changes, or if you've been able to lead any changes. Just sort of curiosity.
The curiosity now, it's we are all of us in charge to redesign what we have in mind before the COVID. To me right now, to be close to our agriculture system, to work more with like a small solution of vendors and try to be a bank for them. Because the problem is they don't have enough money now to afford the market for the future. They don't have any like, you know, financial system to be sustainable on the market. So I want to like put myself in condition to be a bank for them in order to grow up and see on a better future. That's what I'm going to do in this moment.
Avoiding credit crunch for agriculture producers. Wow, very interesting. Thanks, Nick. I see also Tanya Koller, Professor Koller, that probably wants to ask something or want to participate in the discussion.
Yes, thank you, Riccardo, and thank you, Francesco. I would join others in thanking you, because what you are doing is really great. And I believe that it's not only win-win, I think it's win-win-win, because business wins, students and us as educators, we win because students have a chance to actually learn something practical and to apply their skills, as Silvia was mentioning. But also, most importantly, the whole society wins, because some sustainable solutions will be found for sure. So I would like to thank you, because this win-win-win situation can only exist because you decided to participate, and then the research institution as the John Cabot, who also accepted the challenge. And this comes with a cost. Obviously, it's your time, it's our time, it's effort of the students. So it's for free, but it's not for free, right? We all invest our time. So I would like to thank you for your time, and to everybody who actually participates and organizes this challenge. And then my question was also how we can communicate, because students obviously will have questions, and the more we interact, I think the better outcome would be. But I think Riccardo already mentioned that there are going to be a number of sessions, if I understand correctly. And then I would like also to ask you if there is a possibility for students to contact you directly, for the teams to contact you if they have a particular question while they are working on their projects.
Look, I am here for you, and I want to say thanks to you guys. Sometimes it's not about the money, it's about to give an answer, and it's about to help the other people. If we get out of COVID to be more arrogant, to be like to didn't change it, it's a problem. So I want to say thanks to you guys, and of course I'm always ready 24/24 with you. You can call me or text me on social media. On, I think, Riccardo, we will find a better way to be on communication. But where there is the young people, the young innovator, the future of the world, I want to be there with you, close to you, and give my support to all of you. Shoot things, always.
Now, regarding the interactions, let me say that with the e-marketing class with Professor Lanza, we have the idea of launching also a debate on Clubhouse in order to be ready for innovative places to open interactions. We have the idea to launch open debates again with Francesco, probably his Instagram channel. No, so that my idea in terms of procedures is, let's start to work with classes this first weeks in order to identify some general challenges, for example, with hashtags, with small statements, small concepts that we want to exploit, and let use also our social media, Francesco social media, probably we will see this.
Even right now, if you can post me, I can repost you. We can be in contact, no problem at all. Even now, so guys.
We can test the sentiment analysis beyond the ideas that the classes can generate. So this is something that we can use. This is why we love today all the digital channels, no? Because we can launch ideas, we can make small polls. For example, grassroots can help us in this. Okay, in your class, Tatiana, you have some ideas. Let's move those ideas inside the community online. Let's see the feedbacks. Let's take feedbacks from the audience and work on a sort of small crowdsourcing initiative to generate ideas. So we need to be innovative from many different points of view in order to. It's a big challenge and it's not easy. As I told you, as I teach in the strategic consulting class, when the problem and the challenge is very big, like in this case, we need to find ways to downsize in small clusters, in small parts of problems, and try to solve the single elements. And then all the bricks together can give us the big picture and try to be. This is why the challenge that Francesco sent us is very big. It was too big probably to be, let me say, managing just one single class. It's an experiment also for us. It's the first time that we try to open a big challenge to different classes. And on the two sides here today, we have both kinds of innovators. So we will see, no? Also the results. We hope that we have the best results, but we need to work all together to build the solutions, because the solutions are not easy to find, but probably during the journey, we will have some insights that can be used for building this idea of sustainable hospitality services, okay? So let's see if there are other questions, other small questions or things that we want to discuss together. Probably not. So let's try to conclude. Francesco, really thanks for the launch of this initiative. I hope, first of all, that we will enjoy the journey, going beyond the classic processes in class. I hope there will be, for sure, for us, it's a way to learn and experience from a real case. And we hope that also for you will be a place to find ideas and sources of creativity. So we will open the challenge today. We will follow on in classes and with you, as we said, the journey, and we will provide a list of tentative agenda with some meetings that we can have. And the digital instruments are super smart and flexible in this way, so we don't need always to meet physically. We hope to be able to do as soon as possible a physical event, but let's see how it's going to evolve the situation. For now, we just move on online and we exploit those channels. So Francesco, thanks again. Silvia, thanks for hosting the initiative in the Institute for Entrepreneurship with the Learn to Share. And I hope to meet the students in class and be able to run the challenge as soon as possible. Silvia, you are on mute?
Yes, I would like to add to that a big thank you to all the professors that have jumped on this project, because it's not an easy task to do. It's an open-ended project for all of us, and so we don't have full control of the process, and that typically makes us a little bit nervous, right? But we are entrepreneurial in our mindset, and we are very happy to have this opportunity to share this with our students.
Yes, thanks. Yes, of course, thanks to all the professors involved, to all the classes. Probably we lost Francesco.
I think we lost Francesco.
Probably a problem with connection, but okay, let's see if he's going to get back. Otherwise, we can close.
In the meantime, if I may, Riccardo,
Yes, please.
Now that they have learned a bit more about Francesco, about his experience and the history. I mean, what he said about his company. I recommend students to, or at least the team would be working on this project to collect additional data and info about this project, about the company, about this entrepreneur. So it can be extremely useful for the project.
Certainly, we will make sure that this happens. I think Riccardo is trying to reconnect with Francesco. Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to connect with Francesco. We lost the connection. He wants to say goodbye to everyone. So please give me just 2 seconds. This is the classic example of a live problem.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we should ask some students to give us some feedback. What do they think about the project?
Always difficult to break the ice.
Yeah. Are they excited? Are you guys excited?
Let's see if I recognize anyone and do a bit of cold calling.
He's trying to reconnect using his mobile phone because he has a problem with the connection. As we said, il bello della diretta.
Yeah.
I try to call the...
Eccomi.
Eccolo, okay.
Oh my gosh, I was disappointed.
Just at the last minute.
Oh my God. So I'm here.
Okay, so we've got to the end, so we're waiting for your final words.
No, really, thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity. I'm very excited. And I think this is going to be incredible. Like I told you before, not just for us, but for the entire industry of hospitality. I got already so many mail from India, from USA, from Asia, from everywhere. All my friends who's running restaurant, bar, clubs, are very excited to understand what we are going to do in our future. I don't want to give you too much responsibility for this, and we need to take also with a very easygoing spirit, of course. But please try to be focused on this. I will be there with you. Anything you need, here for you guys. Thank you so much to upset, I hope, the challenge. Thank you so much to the John Cabot. Grazie Riccardo, grazie Silvia. Thank you Tatiana, thank you so much.
Wonderful, thanks a lot.
Perfect.
To give us this enormous responsibility. We will manage the stress, of course, and have a nice day.
There is a, I'm sorry, I don't want to, there is a student.
There is thank you from Niccolò Libenzi.
He has, I don't know if he has a question, because it says, can students open microphones and cameras? I mean, I don't know.
I think he just wanted to express his thanks.
Okay.
And he says that the students cannot open microphones or cameras, so that's why, I mean, they wanted to thank you as well.
Okay, well, there was a problem of managing all the students together in the class, but okay.
Thank you, Niccolò. Grazie, Niccolò.
Okay, so thanks. Remember, I want to repeat, stay hungry, stay foolish. We can use it for sure. And stay safe, everyone. And hope to see you back soon with the calendar and the next open live sessions. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Grazie.
Ciao, ciao.